Hello everyone, I'll survive here. Welcome back to my walkthrough for Tomb Raider 2 Gold. This is Kingdom, the fourth and final level-ish of this expansion, and I'm going to show you how to get through it without using a med pack, and I'm also going to show you where all the secrets are. And I'm also going to get my grenade gun out here because we're in this cage, and as soon as we pull this switch, some yetis that are outside are going to burst in and try and kill us. So pull the lever, open the door, and then jump on top of this block and get your grenade gun or weapon ready so that you can ambush them as they burst in. That is 2, and that is 3. There are 3 in total. So take care of them and then head outside. You don't actually have to open the cage and come out here if you don't want to. This is just to get all kills and to get all items. So grab those Uzi clips that are on the ground if you want them, along with this small med pack and these flares that are on top of this ledge. And then take out another weapon. I'm going to grab my shotgun because as soon as we head round here, there's going to be another Yeti that's going to come for us. But we're going to come for him first, so come to about here and take him out as he approaches. And he is taken care of. So holster your weapon and then come round here to the left into this cave area, because there are some more items that we can collect. There are some shotgun shells around this corner. And then if you head back into the wall, into this direction, through the doorway, and down into this corner, there are some more shotgun shells for you to grab. So collect those if you're interested and jump over the spike pit that's in the darkness, and then grab this large med pack that's waiting by the bars. But as soon as you pick it up, you're going to trigger another Yeti dude back in the cage, so we're going to go out now and greet him. He's going to come from just ahead, so have a weapon ready and take care of him as he races towards you. And he is down. Goodbye, Yeti. Okay, now we need to head back into the cage because we've got some block pulling action to be taken care of. So come back in here and grab hold of the crate and pull it back once towards this yellow pressure pad that is behind Lara. When we push the crate onto there, it's going to open a trap door for us so that we can continue with the level. But hop down here as well and grab the flares that were underneath the crate, and then give it a push forward once, and the trap door should open. There we go. Alright, now we can head on down. So walk to the edge and jump over, and then hop back and climb down the ladder into this new cave area with a pool of burning gold that will set you on fire if you go in there, so be super careful. And then wind your way around into this yellow cave area. We need to head through this door here, slide down into the water, and then turn right and swim up towards this ledge. This is just another detour to get some items, so you don't actually have to come in here, but I think it'll be worth your time. There are some pretty good pickups waiting for us over here. We've got some Uzi clips, which are always good to have, and there are some M16 clips as well, and a small med pack, but hopefully we won't be needing that. Okay, hop back and come round in this direction and jump onto the slope and slide back down towards the cavern that we were in a minute ago, where this time we're going to jump over the molten burning pool of liquid gold stuff and do a standing jump over to that ledge that's sticking out. And then you will see some shotgun shells over in the far side. We can do a running jump over to those and grab them. So collect shotgun shells if you're interested, and then do a running jump back over to the ledge that we just came from, and then come over to this pool of gold here. You will see that there is a slope just ahead of Lara. We need to do a standing jump onto that and then immediately jump to the platform just ahead so that we can land safely. So jump onto the slope, slide, jump, and land without catching fire. Very good. Okay, now head up this ramp and come roughly to this spot. This is about the right height for Lara to jump up and grab. I think any further down and she won't make it. Take out a weapon as you come up here, because there's going to be a Yeti charging at us from out of the darkness as we come round here. So fill him full of lead, and then grab the shotgun shells that he is guarding. And then continue on, head back round in this direction and wind round to the left and down this slope towards the trap door. We've now got a very interesting switch puzzle that we need to take care of. So hop down into this cage. You will see that we are surrounded by cages, some of which have leopards in them. And basically we need to pull a series of switches in order to open a clear path in order to continue with the level. And it's a little bit complicated, but easy when you know what to do, and I'm going to show you. So pull this first switch, and this will lead you through to the next cage. The first 3 switches are actually quite sequential. They just open consecutively, and it's a fairly straight line. That is the first 2. Be careful of those braziers as well. If you get too close to those, you can catch fire. Okay, this is switch number 3, and it may cause a leopard to come charging towards you, depending on where he's at. Yeah, sometimes he doesn't. It depends whether he makes it through from the cage that he was trapped in. It may well be that he charges at Lara later. But yeah, just be prepared for that, and then come into this next cage and grab the shotgun shells before pulling switch number 4. I probably should light a flare here. That's actually opened our ultimate goal. That is the door we eventually want to head through, but there are a few more things we need to do before we can go through there. So backtrack a little bit, and now you have access to this next switch, which is in this room with a pool. So head on over and pull it. That has opened a gate that's kind of through that way-ish. I can't think how better to describe it. Now backtrack again, come past that switch and turn right, and then return to this lever. We need to unpull it now, because that does a whole other thing somewhere. Again, I'm not sure how to describe it. And then work your way back to the room with the pool, because again, we need to unpull this lever. And then, whoops, head into this new area where you'll see we have an unlit brazier. We're going to light that now by pulling this final switch. So take out your gun and roll, because a leopard will be coming for you out of the darkness. So take care of him before he reaches you, and then you can continue on. We now have a clear path through to the rest of the level. But before we do that, we're going to jump into this pool and grab some automatic ammo that's waiting for us on the floor. So swim up, climb out, and continue on through this doorway. And before we proceed, I'm just going to grab this small med pack that's waiting. Okay, now we can continue. So head through the door and you'll arrive at this junction. That slope heading upwards is where we ultimately need to go, and you can go up there now if you want to, but I'm going to take a small detour for a secret and for some items. So head onto the slope, jump and grab the ladder, but be a little bit careful, like I'm not doing, as you climb down, because there is a spike pit at the bottom, and if Lara falls on it, she will die instantly. So make sure Lara is as far down the ladder as is possible, and then let go of action, and then keep the walk button held as you step through these spikes and collect the Uzi clips that are waiting for you at the bottom. Yeah, if Lara is walking through the spikes, she won't take damage, so be super cautious of that. And then jump up and climb back up the ladder. You do lose a little bit of health in jumping, but I think that will be okay. Honestly, this level isn't too difficult to get through without using a med pack. There are a couple of slightly iffy sections when we have to fight some enemies at close quarters. And there is a boss battle at the end, spoiler alert, but generally speaking, this level isn't too bad. I think the hardest level in this expansion so far has been Fool's Gold, which is level 2, because there were just so many enemies and snowmobiles and things. So again, shimmy across onto this ladder and go down as far as Lara will go, and then drop off. And then hold the walk button down as Lara heads through the spikes, and come to this gap that's in the spikes just here, and line up with the doorway that's just across the way there, and do a standing jump and hold action so that Lara will arch her arms under the door frame. And yeah, if you position Lara right, you should be able to do that jump without taking damage. So light a flare and then come into this next room where there are some items waiting for you. There are some automatic clips waiting on top of this grill, and there are some flares waiting for you on top of this grill. So be sure to collect those and then head through this doorway and up the stairs, because there are also some automatic clips that are waiting at the end of this very long dark corridor that we can grab as well. So turn right at the end and then come roughly to this corner and do a standing jump up to the ledge just ahead and collect the automatic ammo that's waiting at the top. And then go down the slope and return the way you came, except this time we're going to head down this stairway and onto this grill, because in this alcove just alongside is the first secret of the level, the gold coins. So collect those and then drop down back into the room with all the switches and the cages. This is our return path, but we are going to be attacked by a Yeti, so be armed and ready for some fighting. He's coming from that direction just ahead of Lara. So take care of him and you should be able to shoot him with ease. Then light a flare if you want to, and basically just work your way back to the door that we opened that leads into the junction, and be careful not to catch fire on the burning bowls. That would not be good. Okay, come through the door and then head up the slope on the right hand side and take a moment to appreciate these awesome Yeti footprints that they've put in the mud. I really like that detail. Okay, now vault up onto this next ledge and continue upwards towards the red archway that's waiting for you at the end. You will find a large med pack which you can grab, but as soon as we pick it up we're going to be ambushed by 2 Yetis, so have a weapon ready because they're going to charge at you from straight ahead. There is 1 and there is 2. Goodbye Yetis. Okay, now we can continue down into this woodland area past the Yeti bodies. Walk very carefully to this edge here and line up with the gap between these trees and do a standing jump through, and then take out your weapon again, because as soon as you enter this little section another Yeti is going to spawn across the way, so be ready to take care of him. And then come round onto this bridge. We're going to take a little detour for a secret, and the first place we need to go is we need to do a running jump over to that platform or that ledge where the automatic clips are waiting. And you would think that you'd be able to do an ordinary running jump and grab just from here, but for some reason Lara won't make it. You can only make it if you do a running jump from a very, very specific spot, which I'm going to attempt to show you now. And it is super finicky and super specific to line up. So let's see if we can get this. We need to be in the corner of this bridge, and we need to have Lara's left arm grazing the trunk, just like that. Okay, and from here you can do a running jump and grab, and Lara will make it. And that is the only spot that you can do the running jump from. I don't know if that was intentional or whether it's an error, but that is how you do it. And I just want to point out, I did not work that out on my own. I kept failing at that jump time and time again. I actually found out how to do that by looking at Stella's walkthroughs, so thank you very much, Stella. I can highly recommend them. But anyway, shimmy across this ledge and you should be able to climb up right at the very end. So pull up and then come to this next section and walk very carefully to the edge. I'm actually going to back up into the corner here because we need to do a standing jump and grab over to the bridge that's just ahead and dangle over the burning pool. But if you're lined up properly, you should make it without issue. And then run along the bridge slightly and line up with the second secret that's just across the way. And yeah, that is secret number 2, the gold bars. So collect that and then run forward onto the slope and slide down. Now, again, be a little bit careful here because it's quite easy to slide off into the gold and burn. I speak from experience. We need to do a standing jump over to where those M16 clips are. So do a jump and then grab them, and then hop up onto this next bit of tree and come to the corner here and do a running jump up to the high point, because we need to do a running jump back over there. And don't hold grab. Lara should just make it, but it's super dicey. I always get really, really spooked when I do that jump. Okay, you may recognize where we are now. We have basically done a circuit. This is back where we killed the 2 Yetis. So do a standing jump through the gap in the trees and head in this direction back across the bridge. This time we are going to cross it and head towards this red building. But before we go through there is an item we can grab. So do a running jump across here. You will also see one of those familiar warrior monk dudes from the previous level. Like the other ones, he is friendly. He and his friends are all friendly. Unless you attack them, so yeah, unless you want to incur their wrath, be nice. And also, those monks are going to help us to fight a bad guy in a short while, so I definitely recommend being friendly. And then do a running jump across this waterfall and head into this red building. You will see some bars just ahead and a room of gold with a large med pack just through there. We will be going there soon, but the first thing you want to do is pull this switch that's waiting. That's going to open a trap door and let a baddie into the room. He can't get to us, he is shut in there at the moment, and actually we're going to send the warrior monk people in there to help us out. So pull this first switch. You will have noticed there are 2 switches there. That sends the monks in, and while they're fighting, we're just going to go and grab an item. Usually the monks do win the fight. I've only had one occasion in which I've had to go in and take care of the dude. So hopefully it will be fine. I wish you luck. And to be honest, it is 3 monks versus 1 gun dude. So the odds are in our favour. I think we might be able to see how the battle is progressing. He is still alive. He's still shooting. Okay, he's dead. I was going to say I'm not going to open the door and go through there until he is down. But it's a moot point. He's taken care of. So with him dead, we can now pull this second switch, and that is going to open the door through into this gold room. And we're going to head down and grab the large med pack. But as soon as we do, that's going to open a door with a Yeti in the room behind, and that Yeti is actually coming for us now. So take out a weapon. I'm going to use the shotgun, and be prepared to dispatch him as he charges towards you. He's going to come from that direction, and here he comes now. That is the Yeti taken care of. I think he might have taken a swipe at me there. I think I was being a little bit, maybe a little bit too brazen. And then grab your M16, because there is also a dude with a gun on the ledge at the top. Just make sure you're aiming at him and not the monks, because I definitely don't want to shoot the monks. And he is taken care of, and the monks seem to have calmed down, which is great news. Okay, with all that taken care of, we can now head towards the room that the Yeti came out of. So make your way down this passage and along the corridor. I think there are some automatic clips here that you can collect en route, so be sure to grab those and then make your way to the gold door. This is the door that we opened when we picked up the large med pack in the gold room. This is where the Yeti was trapped, along with some Uzi clips. So collect those and then light a flare, because we're now going to slide down into a very, very dark forest. And the first thing you want to do is do a standing jump over to these trees, and then do a running jump over to the far corner to collect some flares. You will be able to hear some Yeti pounding around. They're actually way up top, way up there. I think you can just see one there. We don't need to worry about them just yet. We do need to worry about them eventually, but we're fine for the moment. There's some other stuff we can take care of first. So come to the high point of this platform and then do a running jump across the way, and wow, just land safely. I thought Lara was going to overshoot there. Then line up with this bridge and do a standing jump and grab, and Lara should pull up, and then come across the bridge roughly to about this spot and walk to the edge, because you will notice that there is a ladder just across the way that we can grab. And actually I'm going to get rid of my flare, because I've died to flare death here before and I don't want to die again. So light another one if you want to, then do a standing jump and grab, and then just grab your way down all the way to the bottom. Well, not all the way to the bottom because it's burning gold. Come roughly to about here and then do a backflip onto the platform just behind. And then come and center yourself with this tile and aim towards the liquid gold, and then do a standing jump from there towards the gold to land on this tile with the grenades. I think this is the only safe tile we can land on for some reason. But yeah, if you want a grenade pickup, be sure to head over here and grab them. Okay, with those snagged, we now need to climb all the way back up the ladder. And I'm just going to do a little bit of prep before we head up. I'm going to get my grenade gun ready. And I'm also going to light a new flare. And then climb up. It's quite a long climb. We're basically going to fight 2 Yetis that are waiting for us at the top. And we're going to fight them in quite close quarters. So it's a little bit of a dicey battle. I've only died to this once. But there's a second time for everything. So I wish you luck. Hopefully, luck will be on our side. But got plenty of time to mentally prepare anyway. As I say, it's a fairly long climb. And actually, I will say I do really like this level. I really like the design of it. It kind of has this otherworldly fairy tale feel to it that's kind of like a bit like Badassgamez Monastery from Tomb Raider 2 and a bit like Floating Islands as well in a strange way. Okay, the Yeti are wandering around. I think they're kind of doing a circuit around this platform that we're on. And honestly, I think now's as good a time as any. So pull up, pull out your weapon and shoot. And take care of those Yeti as quickly as you can. Wow, my heart was racing there. I get so nervous at this point. But they are taken care of. So grab the small med pack and then jump over towards this skeleton. And light a flare if you want to, because there are some more items that we can collect. This skeleton here is guarding some automatic clips. And if you do a standing jump over here, you can collect some M16 ammo that's waiting for you. So grab those and then walk back to this edge and head for the ladder because we're going to climb down that. So jump across, hop back and hop down all the way to the bottom where there is a small med pack waiting for you. Which again, hopefully we won't need to use. I'm just going to sidestep here because now what I'm going to do is a side jump over to that gold platform or that slope that's there. Lara will slide down it and she'll immediately fall onto a green slope just below. And as soon as we land on that green slope, we need to do another quick jump to land on another gold platform. I'm just describing all this ahead of time now because it's quite fast. So do a side jump onto the gold slope, onto the green one, jump onto the next gold one and slide down. And hopefully you will make it. And you can collect the shotgun shells that are waiting for you at the bottom. So grab those and then walk to the very top left-hand corner of this tile and maybe do a step back and a side step. We basically need to do a standing jump over to that gold block. And we don't need to grab, we should be able to just do a standing jump and land, which we have done. Now you will have heard a trapdoor opening just as we landed. That's in that right-hand corner just over there. Basically, each one of these gold tiles does something different to that trapdoor. The tile that we're on now opens it, I think. And as we leave it, it will close, but it will open again as we land on this tile. We're now going to do a standing jump over to the tile that's right next to the trapdoor. But as soon as we land there, the trapdoor will start to close, but we're going to try and fall through before it closes, if that makes sense. So do a diagonal standing jump, fall through the gap, the trapdoor will close, and we are through, and we can continue up this golden corridor and through the rest of the level. I feel like I over-explained that last section. It's not really that difficult, but I did at least want to explain what I was doing so that it made some kind of sense. Anyway, hopefully this next part is quite obvious. I'm climbing a ladder. So head on up and don't go all the way to the top. We only want to come to roughly about here, and then we can do a backflip and land just behind on this kind of tree trunk, and then pull up into what I lovingly like to call the golden room of death, because we're going to do some very, very precise pinpoint jumps that are a little bit tricky, and I'm going to attempt to talk you through them without dying. So first of all, do a running jump over to this gold platform, and then step back and try and center yourself with this tile, because you will see that the next tile we need to jump to is kind of just ahead, and I feel like I'm a little bit close to it. I might step back just again, but that feels too far now. As I say, this is super, super picky. Okay, I'm going to try it from here, see how we do. Standing jump over and land safely. Okay, the next one we need to go to is that one that's directly ahead of Lara at the bottom of the slope. But I'm not going to try to standing jump from here because I have a feeling Lara will overshoot. Although I've not tried it, I do know that if I jump roughly from here towards the slope that's just by that tile, Lara will slide down and land on it safely. So maybe try that if you want to be cautious, and then walk to the very edge of this tile and do a hop back, and we're going to do a running jump over to that next platform. But don't grab, you just need to jump and Lara will land safely. Gosh, I get so nervous again with these jumps, they're so finicky. Okay, from here, come to the top left-hand corner and do a standing jump upwards, again without grabbing. And then walk to the top left-hand corner of this tile and do a standing jump just ahead. And then, again, come to the top left-hand corner of this tile and aim for that ledge over there that's by the waterfall. So hop back and do a running jump over. And we made it safely, although there is still time to die. We now need to do a standing jump through this waterfall, of all things, because as soon as you jump through, Lara will smash through the gold. And what we're now looking at is a very deadly room. You will die on certain parts, or in certain parts of this gold room. But if you look up to the ceiling, you will see these coloured tiles. They mark out, or they mirror, the safe tiles that are just beneath, and so they indicate which places we can stand on without getting ignited. So come across to these flares and pick them up, but immediately grab a weapon, because picking up these flares triggers a leopard who's going to come charging at us from that doorway over there. So be armed, be ready, and take care of him before he reaches you. And check out your tiles and come and collect this small med pack that's waiting here. We are going to be heading through that door eventually, but before we do that, we want to grab the third and final secret of the level. So follow these safe tiles without catching fire, and you will see that the next safe tile is across the way there. So walk to the very edge and do a hop back, and then do a running jump over, and then turn left and do a running jump towards the skull. And collect it. That is secret number 3 of 3 and 12 of 12, the final secret. So from here, just do a running jump back and land safely. And again from here, I'm just going to sidestep a little bit. I feel a bit close to danger. Do a running jump back to the tile that we came from. And then, again, stay on the safe tiles and make your way towards the exit by where we killed the leopard. And you should be able to leave easily. Yeah, there are 12 secrets in this game. I'm just going to say that now. 12. There are 12 in total. It will make sense why I'm saying that at the very end of this walkthrough. So slide down the slope and then do a running jump across the way and pull up onto this gold block and then pull up into this next section. And now we need to go down a slope, and ideally, heading down there, we need to go down it backwards. And honestly, I've not found an effective way of doing that yet. Let's try this. Head down it backwards this way. No, Lara always goes forward, and it's a bit of a bad deal because she loses a whole chunk of health. If you can find a way of going down that slope backwards, do please tell me, because I think if you go down backwards, you can grab the ledge and hop down safely. But as I say, health shouldn't be too much of an issue on this level, but yeah, we do lose a sizable chunk there nonetheless. We're now back on the tile where we picked up the shotgun shells from earlier. So again, we just need to do this standing jump without a grab across to the gold platform. You will hear the trapdoors opening again, but honestly, we are done with trapdoor action. We don't need to worry about those anymore, because we are in fact going to follow the path round to the left and continue with the level. So head in this direction and take out your shotgun, because as soon as we come to this tile, it's going to trigger a Yeti in the darkness. He's going to come through that doorway up on the right. So take care of him before he reaches you. Then come to this next tile and another Yeti will be triggered in the doorway. So if you can see, take care of him before he reaches you, and yeah, you should be able to shoot him with ease. Then climb up between these trees and light a flare because it is super dark. And then come to the very corner of this tile and do a standing jump over here and grab your weapon again, because another Yeti is going to come charging at you out of the darkness. So take care of him before he takes care of you, and then light another flare and head backwards in this direction, in amongst the trees, because there are some shotgun shells that you can grab at the end. So collect those and then work your way back to the spot we just came from and vault up back onto this platform and come diagonally across here because there is a small med pack waiting at the other side. So collect that and then head in the direction that the third Yeti came from, into the darkness and down. But be super careful in this little part because there is a spike pit just below that will kill you instantly if you fall down there. So don't die. Jump across safely and then collect the Uzi clips that are waiting for you on the other side. And then climb up and down onto the gold walkway and over to these next ledges. And we are very, very nearly done with this level. We only have 2 enemies left to fight and the boss and just a couple of items to grab. So hopefully we can get through it without issue, but there are still hazards, so yeah, don't count your chickens just yet. I'm going to grab my Uzis just as I come up here because we are going to get attacked by 2 leopards, which even though ordinarily leopards wouldn't be too difficult, they are both going to charge at us in quick succession, and we don't have a huge amount of room to maneuver in. So I'm going to try and hug this green wall on the left-hand side. They're basically going to come from that cave area that's just ahead. And I'm going to trigger them and try and hop back along this walkway. As I say, hugging the left side because I want to avoid jumping backwards off into the yellow pool of death. And I also don't want to go too far because there is the ladder that we just climbed up. And yeah, Lara probably will die if I fall off that. So be super careful. And yeah, let's see how we do. I'm going to trigger the leopard there and then hop back and start firing. And yeah, there's the second leopard there. Whoa, I nearly went off the edge there. And I think he took a swipe. But I've still got a third of my health. I think we'll be fine. There is another leopard through here. I can't remember if I mentioned him or not. But we have plenty of room to deal with him. He triggers about here. So just shoot at him as he approaches. And you should be able to take care of him with ease. And then come into this final room, or one of the final rooms, and grab these items. We have some M16 ammo in that corner. And some more M16 ammo here. And that's super useful, actually, because I'm hopefully going to be using the M16 to take care of the boss. And then grab this large med pack. And you'll see that opens a gate just across the way. You might be able to see it through the gap there. That is a return path. I will just show you where that's at. That gate is through this doorway. And you can slide down that slope and grab the ladder and head on up. And that will lead you back into the area with the first cage where we began the level. So we have in fact done a complete circuit. And so, yeah, if you want to go and collect anything, or if you just want to replay the level without any baddies, then fill your boots. Go for it. I'm not gonna, though. I want to get this boss taken care of. So come down to these ladders and climb up. We're going to fight this big kind of bird chicken man. I'm not quite sure what he is. So come over to this gold receptacle by the gold skulls. As I say, I am going to try and take him on with my M16. So I'm just going to ready that weapon. And then press action and Lara will put the gold mask into the receptacle. But as soon as she does so, you'll see the gold chicken man has smashed through up top here and he's charging down towards us. So take some shots at him as he approaches and then come back round here towards the ladders and drop down before he reaches you. This is the super brave way of doing this boss. We could attempt to take him on head on, but I'm going to see if I can take some shots at him from down here. Although I think he's already heading back up the walkway. But that is good as well because that means we can attack him as he's on his return path. I don't know if we can reach him from here. No, he's out of view. Oh, he's in that corner. As I say, sometimes you can shoot him from down here. I'm actually trying to get him to go back to his house, back where he smashed through from. I can't get a good angle here. Let's see if we can tempt him to attack us from the top of the ladder. This is a slower way of doing it, but it is super safe, and I'm all about preserving health. So find a method that works for you. This one has been fairly effective for me. Hey, chicken man. Okay. What is he doing? Okay, yeah, you just stand there and growl because I want to shoot at you with my M16. That'd be really useful. Can I aim on him here? Yeah, kind of getting a lock. Come at me, chicken man. I am bravely waiting down here in this pit. Okay, I think we've got a lock on him there. Yeah. Shooting him makes him retreat to his house, which works well for us because we're going to get our final shots off on him as he comes back down the ramp. Honestly, this is taking longer than it normally does, and there is the all guns blazing approach with the grenade gun that you could do, or any other kind of weapon. I think he only takes about 6 or 7 grenades with the grenade gun. So if you want to be quick and don't mind risking your health, then that is one thing you can try. Okay, let's come over to this receptacle and see if we can lock on him from here. Okay, open fire and start shooting. Hopefully he will die before he reaches us. Otherwise, this could be a very interesting walkthrough. Okay, he is taken care of. Took a little bit longer than I hoped, but we made it. Those are the credits. And yeah, I do like that method because it's safe. Maybe it's a little bit cowardly, but anyway, we have finished the expansion. I mentioned earlier that there is a bonus level. Basically, if you collect all the secrets, you unlock a 5th level, which is called Nightmare in Vegas. And we have collected all secrets. We have all 12. However, I've been running into a glitch on my final statistics screen that is saying I've collected 9 out of 9 secrets. But as I say, there are 12, but the game only thinks I have 9, and as a result of that, it's not unlocking the bonus level. Now, I've been on Tomb Raider forums, and it looks like there is a patch I can download to fix the issue, but I haven't tried it yet because I was worried that in installing it, I might lose some of my save files. So I wanted to finish this level first, but hopefully I will be able to get it to work, and I do plan to do a no meds attempt on Nightmare in Vegas, so hopefully that will be the next level coming up. But I will keep you posted. If it's not Nightmare in Vegas, I will start another Tomb Raider level and another Tomb Raider game, so there will be more videos coming. But anyway, here we go. Final statistics, 9 of 9. There are 12, Lara. We got 12. I worked hard for them. And 0 health packs used, which was kind of the aim of what we were doing. So that's great as well. If you have watched all the videos in this walkthrough, thank you so much for watching. Or even if you've just made it to the end of this one, I really appreciate it. As I say, hopefully I will be attempting Nightmare in Vegas, but I will let you know how I get on. Stay tuned. Until then, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.